Pick up your gear and open your chests. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. On the Sword Coast, your allies will help with blades and bows and magic as well. Hey, hey, heroes on their way. Fighting forever against overwhelming odds. Fighting together in favor of multiple gods. Idle champions of the forgotten realms. Idle champions, adventure never ends. Idle champions, hit you while I'm there. Idle champions, you will say it again. Idle champions. From Waterdeep to Icelandair, head out to Chull or Shadowfell, hey, hey. Together we stay. Walk to the monsters, walk to the boss, walk to the right, it's never a loss, hey, hey. Bad guys to slay. Fighting forever against overwhelming odds. Fighting together in favor of multiple gods. Idle champions of the forgotten realms. Idle champions, adventure never ends. Idle champions, hit you while I'm dead. Idle champions, you will say it again. Idle champions.
Hey, welcome everybody. We're back with another Gaarawarr's Guide, the tutorial show. That means it's Saturday. Another week in the books. Another week in the books. I'm Gaarawarr. I think that's, I don't know, it should be pretty obvious, this one. With me in the production booth is Gabe. Gabe's going to be grabbing questions from chat, keeping an eye on things. If you do have questions during this stream, anytime during the stream, go ahead and drop them in chat with question : first, as you can see down below in the little white box, and also as you can see in chat from the Moobot, yeah, that's the way this show works. Because so for the first hour of this show, I'm going to be kind of, well, this show is going to be probably a little somewhat different. I might be answering questions as we go along, because this is a different topic, a different style of topic. So yeah, because today's topic, well, we'll get to that in a second. So throw your questions in chat. I may answer them as we go along, but usually I talk on a topic for an hour and then I answer questions in the second half. But today we are talking about something that doesn't come along very often. We have a brand new campaign in the game, Vecna, Eve of Ruin. So we're going to talk about how do new campaigns work? What's this one's deal, and what can we get from it, and what's about what it's all about right now. And I'm actually going to start it. I haven't touched it yet at all. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. We're going to dive into the new campaign. First, so Vecna, Eve of Ruin is the new campaign, and if you've done Sword Coast stuff and you've gotten down here to this Waterdeep Detours node, and then you finish it, and it's like, well, there's an arrow up and an arrow down. An arrow up is where you want to go. This takes you to Ravenloft. Like, this is the early game stuff. Just spoilers, folks. Tutorial, first adventure node, second adventure node. Then you should come up and do this is the third adventure node, progression-wise. If you go down, let's zoom in here. If you go down, and down and down and all the way down here, past Baldur's Gate to Candlekeep. There's a Vecna campaign in the Sword Coast. There's a Vecna campaign that they did a while back in the Sword Coast. It is a complete little mini campaign thing. Vecna lives all the way down through Vecna out. Peace, I'm out. Yeah, because you forced him back. There's this whole cool little mini campaign down here. And you know, we had all kinds of stuff to do down there, and this is one of the more recent additions. This is actually the thing you should do last. You should go up and into Barovia, and then out of Barovia, and then into the Underdark, and then come down here, technically progression wise. This is actually a higher progression stuff. Sword Coast is very mixed. It starts off easy, but then as it got content, as these other things arrived, and as content progressed, so it's not necessarily one that you just do all in one sitting, right? But now we have a whole new after all of that, we have a whole new campaign. Vecna Even Ruin. You gotta scroll down on the campaign bar. In some cases, I run this at 1600 by 900, so I can't see everything. Scroll down to Vecna Eve of Ruin, and here's the campaign map for Vecna Eve of Ruin. And if you move it, you can see the images. The images move a little bit too. Ooh. I don't know why this one moves around, but sure. If we zoom in, first place we're going back to the Forgotten Realms. Back to the Forgotten Realms. But this campaign is apparently going to take us all over the place. It's going to take us to the Astral Plane. It's going to take us to Eberron. It's going to take us back to Barovia. It's going to take us to Krynn and Earth and Avernus and the Pandemonium. Apparently we're going to all those places in this campaign. But when a new campaign starts, you just get one adventure node, and you get 2 adventures. I haven't done this one to unlock the second one, and then you get one variant for each of the adventures. That's just how we start. That's just how we start. You start off with no favors, so no gold bonuses. If we were to activate a patron, there's nothing to do here because this isn't a patron adventure. It wouldn't actually do anything. Oh god, why did it let me activate it and then not let me deactivate? What is going on? What is going on? I don't know what is going on. So yeah, this is it. This is it. So what's the deal with this campaign, folks? Basically, what's going on here is like our Vecna is a whipping post. Like we whooped him good, right? In that little mini campaign, he took off. He's laying low because all he does is lose, right? Like, I mean, come on, he lost an hand, he lost an eye. The guy he's got issues, right? He's got issues. But in another multiverse, there's a version of Vecna that all he does is win no matter what. Right? This guy never lost to anyone. He's got both his eyes, he's got both his hands, he's got all his own teeth. He doesn't lose anything, right? And he took over that entire version of the multiverse. Right? His whole place. He rules it. That's Emperor Vecna. Everybody bows down to him. Right? And he got a little, I guess, tired of ruling one multiverse, and now he wants another one. So he came to ours, right? And he's trying to take over, and that's what we're trying to stop. That's our that's the storyline here. The conceit of this is, hey, guess what? Time to stop another Vecna who's way cooler than our Vecna. Way cooler than our Vecna. So we got to stop Emperor Vecna. And the storyline components, like the people, if you turn on the story and you're watching everything, the main characters in this are Rhea and Blushi and Sergeant Nox and Astarion. So there's like 4 of our champions that are chatting and leading the charge. and they're going to team up with the current Wizards 3, which I had to have somebody explain what the heck those were, because I don't know. I haven't been around in D&D forever. And I guess Mordenkainen's one of them, and I think Tasha, of the Hideous Laughter fame, aka Igwil, she's another one. And then there's one more, and I can't remember the other one. Oh no. There's another. When we'll find. Oh, Illustrial. Yes, Illustrial. Sorry, I knew. I was like, it's the lady that rules that city. What's her name? Lady Illustrial. So in this campaign, you're gaining favor. That symbol up in the top right hand is you're gaining favor for the Wizards 3. Yes, Lady Illustrial of Silvery Moon, of the Legend of Dritz fame. So that's what we're doing. We're working with the Wizards 3. We're earning favor with them, and then they're gonna bless us. And what they've figured out is that to stop this Emperor Vecna, we have to track down and assemble the Rod of 7 Parts, which is a big deal, folks. There's a reason it's in 7 parts, and it's not because somebody was running low on money and started pawning off pieces and then couldn't afford to get them back. That's not how that happened. Yeah, so big deal happening. That's what's going on. The first up is so yeah. So that's what we're going to start. We're going to start with a tale of 2 Vecnas, which should make sense now. That there's 2, right? Remember, we go into these with no favor. I do want to say, to even access Vecna Eva Ruin as a campaign, you have to have completed 100 adventures, other adventures, throughout the other places in the game, which is a lot. I mean, 100's a lot, but at the same time, it's not, because look, this is the current end game campaign. It's not like you can't just do these. It's Adventures and Variants. You can't just do these in any order you wish. Like you start off in the Sword Coast for a little bit, and then you dip out, like I said, because its content scales all the way down this list. Then you go to Tomb of Annihilation, and yeah, you can do all the Tomb if you want, but usually you just grab a bunch of Tomb, and then you bounce to Waterdeep, you grab some of that, and you just kind of move your way down, and that's the progression is down this list. So when it's all the way at the bottom, I mean, yeah, this I know it's like, well, but it only says area 400, sure, but they scale things differently as you go down this. Tomb of Annihilation is the easiest campaign in the game. It's designed that way. Waterdeep, a little, kind of on its level. Baldur's Gate is kind of the first. Like, I think originally it was the first hard campaign. Now I would say it's the medium campaign, medium difficulty. And then you've got Baldur's Gate through Xerxes that scale up in difficulty, but still through medium. And then you get to Turn of Fortune's Wheel, and that's kind of where things get hard. Turn of Fortune's Wheel has like almost no gold fine scaling. Like no gold scaling at all. It's frustrating. It's not necessarily difficult. It's frustrating, and you have to overcome that challenge, right? As part of what you're doing. So you have to be far enough in to know how to adjust to a campaign like that. Vecna has not. It doesn't have as bad apparently as gold scaling, is what I'm told. But it's not as good as the other campaigns, so it's still not great. But what really scales up here is the health. So coming here and doing 400 areas, it's like going much further in one of these other campaigns. Because the health scaling is going to be way off. All right, so this is the formation layout we have. We got a 3 champion front line. So by this time you better have either 3 beefy tanks or a way to deal with a 3 champion front line. You don't always put tanks there. I think we'll demonstrate that here. Four in the second line, two in the third, and one in the fourth. So 4 columns. Lots of adjacencies. So yay. That's a good thing in the current meta of the game. Adjacencies are fantastic. So the strong ability to push, and then streams of enemies. If you do have 3 beefy tanks up here, that means unless you have a tank with taunt pulling all this stuff away, you'll end up with a max of 34 enemies per tank, which is way easier to tank, right? Like when you distribute damage across multiple people, you can handle it, right? You just got to hope that they can also buff so that you can kill everything. So let's hop in here, and this is my first time going in. Let's see what we got. Hey, look, I'm live on Twitch. Let's throw some familiars out. You can tell right away. Oops, hold on. Let me take this off. You can tell right away that this scales differently because it starts at 8 HP, right? Back in Tomb of Annihilation, and back in Sword Coast, things started with 1, and then the health scales up. Oh my gosh, very quickly. We're already at 18. Oh no, it's 18.48. Wow. Okay, they've got now to 2 decimal places, I guess, is what we're doing in campaigns. Sure. I'm gonna go ahead and throw. What's our goal? I've got a fast core in, so we have a little bit of gold find. I'm not going to worry too much about the gold find. I'm going to go speed champions. I'm going to do some speed champions first, maybe. Here's what I'm going to do. Because this is my first time here, I'm just going to throw down... I've got a lot of potions. I've got a lot of potions. I'm going to throw down one of all the epics, and we're just going to cruise right along. And see what we can get. You know what? No, we're going to go full speed. We're not messing around. We're not messing around. Which means I don't need 1 click damage. All right, so basically, we're going to want to do a couple things. We're going to want to build a couple groups now that we're in the campaign as we get experience. One of the groups I'm going to want to build is a speed group, like something that's just whatever my speedy folks are that are available in this campaign. We're going to get them in here, and we're going to go as fast as possible, right? The other group that I'm going to want to build is a gold find group, because nowadays we like to do something called dirty gold farming, which is basically you build a group of just of champions that are going to get this number up super high, this gold find number up at the top left. That's all we want. We just want a super high gold find. And that's so that we can basically set a high bud with a regular group, and then we can just farm with fire breath kills with fire breath potions and rake in tons of gold. So that's some. Oh God, I forgot. They added a new thing. Oh, okay. Let's just get him on in. Boy, okay. I gotta get used to that. We got a new feature coming next week, folks. Wednesday, I believe. Wasn't it? Yes. Champion search, and you can see if you click here, it's coming soon. But they added this in, and it's look. I like that we get it. I like that visually this looks better, and I like that the information we get information that's actually useful here when we hover over it. I need my items. Where'd my items go? I need my items. Look, I want to see what my items are. That's why I don't want to have to swap in a champion to see what my items are. They gave us this colored border, like, what's your minimum thing? I don't care about that. I need to see my items. So hopefully they add the items back. Sandy, if you're listening, please bring my items back. I need access to that. I need to just be able to go look. What am I working on? What do I have here? And so close to really being a neat little thing that they've done with just this part. This is my favorite part. except for the items missing. Once we get those, we'll be fine, I think. I hope. All right. Here we go. We're gonna get one more. I got one more speed champion in slot 12, and then we'll have everybody good to go here. So I want to build a speed group. I want to build a gold find group, and I'm going to want to build a pushing group. And there's my 3 presets. Those are the 3 presets I'm going to do. Preset 1 over here on the bottom left. You can't see it. It'll be a speed group. Preset 2 will be a pushing group, and preset 3 will be a gold find group. And it's just, again, it's dirty gold finding to hotkey in and out. To hotkey in and out. Nothing super fancy. Just a lot of gold find. I don't know where they're going to fall here, so we'll wait. The other thing that's going on along with the arrival of this. Oh, also, folks, if you want the storyline, I'm not doing this, but you can turn the cinematic speed down. I have it on instant, which means you don't see it at all. But following the storyline might help a lot of this make sense. We have a Vecna Emergence event going on right now as well. In free plays, different Vecnae, which is the preferred plural of Vecna, are appearing, and as you kill them, you get corrupted gems. You can get 31,500 off drops in free plays. You can get 31,500 off of doing all the dailies. Doing all the dailies, where you just basically have to kill 100 a day. So as long as you're doing a free play a day, great. You do need to do these in active play. Yeah, it doesn't work offline at all. So don't think it's gonna, and then do that, and then get upset like I did on my new account, my newer account. It's up to day 60. So we're in the mid game now. Actually, my mid game account. Yeah. So get your stuff done each day, and then go spend it in the shop. Like, okay, there's the area 400, but we're gonna keep going. Why are we keeping going? Why am I gonna keep going? Favor, folks. One of the things we want to do right away is get favor in a new campaign. And one of the things I'm going to do right away is buy Pirate Azaka. Okay, there we go. Real quick, let's go make that the new default instead of the farmer skin. Now we feel better. Okay. And for speed champs, I'm going to throw Valiant. Okay. Let's go with that. Speed. 1. Boom. Okay. Speed group done. And now that I have it in, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to lock this in. I'm going to select it. And then I'm going to come down here to specializations. This is a fun little trick. I'm going to go to whatever I haven't done yet, and I'm just going to pick the one that I want. And that way, when it gets there, it's already going to be done and ready to go. I won't have to do anything. I'm going to want familiars here. And normally I'm going to want a familiar here. So let's resave that now. And then I got to go. And then, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. That overwrote that. All right. All right, now we're going to pause. I'm going to pull all the familiars off. I'm going to hold down up here, and which runs me all the way back to level 1. I'm going to clear everything out. I'm going to add familiars to the field again. And this time I'm going to build a gold find group. That's what I want next. What we want is just pure gold find boosts. And here's the problem. In slot 1, Dahani is an on-hit gold find. The only gold find we could have here is if we use Regis, Brunor would boost gold find a bit. But I think I'm going Merylwyn instead of Regis. We're going to go Omen, Drawn, Jarlaxle, who is not away on jury duty because my trial's done. I'm going to go Avandra here because Avandra just has some good straight-up gold find available. Certainty Drawn exists here as well, but she needs like an Ak Inc team. I could Valentine if I have a lot of positionals that could gold find. I think I'm just gonna I mean, we'll try. I mean, we can always try a different setup later, but I'm just going to run it with this for now. I'm actually going to leave Shandy here for speed. So I want a little taste of some speed as I'm racing through in places where maybe there isn't an amazing gold find person. And yeah, here we're going to stay with Human. So we're going to have like Human. We're going to have Egbert and Avandra in the front column. We're going to do a Jarlax, Omen, and Merylwyn. Maybe we throw her like there. Left Shandy in. Sure, this is looking fine. And we're gonna maybe we have Diana, because I don't like any of those options. Really, Astarion is huge. Astarion has some huge gold find numbers. And if we're gonna do Astarion, I know Rust is great, but Dark Urge can double Astarion's numbers, and that might be. We're gonna try Rust because Rust works well with Merylwyn. Now, if we wanted to try to build up Penelope's got huge numbers. If you start at the beginning with Dob's got some pretty big numbers. So now what I need to figure out is, like, am I going to drop one of these speed champions? And I might. We might try Diana, and we're going to do Rust, and we're going to do, well, Dob already we already missed a bunch of areas, but we're going to try Dob. We'll try Dob out. So let's see. I mean, again, it's one of these things you're going to have to kind of figure out what's going to work best for you. We don't want, normally you like for Azaka gold farming, we want this, but I think we want Meowlin. I don't think this matters for gold find. I think I'm going to end up wanting... this isn't going to matter because this doesn't change my gold find either. I do want to know... Yeah, we got -5. Okay, let me go with Thief. Okay, let's get the rest of this going on. And I want Rust reloaded. Yeah. Then I tend to just do this. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing, and we'll see. What are we up to? We're up to E25. Okay, so we added E20 to our initial stats. I'm just going to go ahead and save this as dirty with 2 R's gold. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. All right. And this isn't going to work at all because I haven't set Bud yet. That's a good reminder to myself. I also didn't put all the familiars out. There we go. Okay. I'm going to want like something on the meat grinder, and I'm going to want like this over here. And then we'll save this again. Okay. Alright, well, our bud's high enough at the moment, I guess. It's fine. But we need to build that pushing group. So what's going to happen is this number is going to go up. We're already up to E36. This number is going to go up for various reasons that have to do with these champions. I'm not going to go through and explain gold find groups for you on this. I've got other guides for that. But what I'm gonna say is for Astarion, I think I saw something about how does the Dark Urge help? Well, the Astarion's gold find is based off age, and Dark Urge doesn't work with any age effects. However, there is a line in Generational Wealth that says if the Dark Urge is in the formation, the effect of this ability is doubled. Normally, what it's doing is it's adding up the age of the people in the group. So 884 is the total age. And it's effectively giving us a double, whereas instead of an age, which is, better, in my opinion. So it's a pretty solid ad if you want to do that. But what you got to figure out is, like, how much are we going to get off of Rust? And here's, let's damage all champions. Where's his? Oh, gold find is 6 EO5. So if I come over here and I look at what this is, Generational Wealth is 2 EO5. Rust is better. Rust is better. My Rust is better. Your Rust may not be. You need to figure that out because Rust has items that affect this stuff, right? So my itemization has my Rust better. But if your itemization has Rust's number below whatever Astarion is currently at, or even equal to whatever he's currently at, doubling this would probably be better, right? So figure out your math, figure out your formation. Dobbs is going to go up, kind of like Penelope's. The more of his gold, more of your gold he takes, the more you make. So he increases global gold find by 30% for each champion next to him, stacking multiplicatively. Oh, I need to move him then. There. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Yeah, we're up to E39. But then he's got offshore accounting, and your deposit stacks boost the gold find number too. Yeah. Yeah. So, let me resave this because that's going to be our new layout. All right. Now we're getting some gold. What am I up to? We're up into the E63s on our on the amount of gold we've gained. And remember, currently I think champions cap, like soft cap, in the either high E80s or in the E90, early E90s maybe. Can't remember off the top of my head. But favors only like E16. A little low, but we'll take it for the moment. Now what we need to do, we need to go build a pushing group, right? Again, we have three kind of groups that we want to build. So I am a Karlach main. If you didn't know, now you know. I'm a Karlach main, so Karlach goes in first, and she's real straightforward. We're gonna choose Rage. Now we need to give Karlach a beefy front line, or a somewhat beefy front line. I'm gonna put some speed still in this front line for now. I'm gonna come over here and we're gonna do a little something different with our front line. And I'm gonna go illusion. Illusion makes Gale someone that you put in the front line. Basically now when enemies walk towards Gale, Gale just hand waves them and goes, "I'm not the tank you're looking for," and they'll walk towards one of these others. So we're gonna run an illusion spec on Gale. Another fun tank is Kreidel because he likes to dodge, but I'm kind of gonna go Lae'zel here, and I'm gonna put Karlach down here, and we're gonna put Astarion here. I think I picked bottom, right? Yes, I did. Awesome. I did a good job. I love it when I do a good job. Okay, we're gonna bring Penelope in for this part. We're going to put her right here in the middle of everybody. And then I'm actually going to move, you know what? I'm going to move him back here. That's still the bottom. It's both the bottom and the top. I actually want Strongheart right next to Karlach. And then we're going to go BBEG somewhere over here. And then what do I want to do for the last one? Category. I love Category. Okay. Boom. This is going to be my pushing group. Okay. Push it. So this group exists to set a super high bud value, which is currently E331, without stacking up anything, which is great. And the health here, we can see at the bottom of the little bud window, is E249. So once I set that super high bud, I can switch back over to my gold find group. And now we're just going to progress based off the fire breath potion I have running. Because it's running a bud value, 750 seconds worth of my bud value. It's going to kill things, so what I get to do is just soak up a lot of gold. Oh, I forgot to pick that specialization for him. Mystical Mentor. My bad. All right. Okay, back to this. So, alternately, if I'm like, well, we're not getting a lot of gold here, but we can ride this out a ways, I can just tab over to my speed group, and then we can just go through this real quick, which is what I'm going to do. Which is what I'm going to do. So we're going to fly along, because I want to treat this as a deep push, a deep favor push. Why do I want to treat this as a deep favor push? Because there's blessings in this campaign, folks. There's only one tier. That's how a new campaign works. When we get to a new campaign, it starts off, we get 2 adventures and a variant for each of them. Not a lot going on. But we also get a tier, a single tier of blessing. Every other content drop for this campaign, so like this is, we can think of this as Vecna 1. Vecna 2 is just going to be, it's going to be 2 adventures and a variant for each. Vecna 3 will be 2 adventures and a variant for each, and another tier of blessings. And so every other one, we're going to get another tier until we have all 5 tiers, right? They do this to pace everybody, so everybody doesn't just grind out all 5 tiers the day that they drop the first Vecna, and then they spend the rest of the campaign going, nah, I got nothing to do. It's like, all right. They learned that lesson a long time ago. So we get 1 tier of blessings, and the cost is going to be 7 for at least for the global, 750 E19, which means you add 2 orders of magnitude to make sure the warning doesn't pop up. So 750 E21 is kind of what we would like, at least what we would like to earn on a deep run. I'm gonna see. We're gonna see if we can get that far. But it may go a little higher with all of these maxing out. So what do we got? We got Awfully Lawfully is the first local, and it's the damage of lawful champions, which is fine. I don't know what's Carlock. Is she lawful? Nope, she's chaotic. So that's not really going to do anything for me here, but hey, it might for you. Remember, this is built around like Rhea and Belushi and Sergeant Nox and Astarion. Rhea at least likes lawful champions. The secret to spoils increases gold find by 8.33% for each piece of epic or better gear and champions in your formation, stacking additively. Okay. This is actually solid. We want like having gold find in tier 1, some kind of gold find in tier 1 is solid. And for each piece of epic or better, again, this is an end game campaign. If you're coming here without full epic, well, you're just not going to get the gold find. You might be able to do some stuff, but eventually it's going to smack you. Full epic and into legendaries is where we want to be on our gear for this kind of stuff. And it's going to be a pretty solid number once you ramp that up. Not an afterthought is increase the damage of all champions whose base attack is melee. Well, that's going to help out my Carlock, right? We stopped pushing. Why did we stop pushing? Oh, the bud dropped. Well, no, the bud dropped, but we also got up into the E300s in health. This scales real quick, folks. We're not even to 1,000 yet. We're already into the E300s in health. You can see area-based monster health at the bottom left of this little box. Little tooltip. This campaign, a lot of campaigns, like usually when you hit like area 2000, the health of enemies is like in the low E600s. In this campaign, it's in the E700s. So the health really scales here, and it's going to scale quick. So I'm going to start running into trouble here probably around 1,000. We're up to E18 favor. We got some dirty gold farm going on right now, so we'll enjoy that. The global over here is the Rod of 7 Parts, and this is currently the best global in the game. It feels like. Well, it will eventually be. It's a scaling global. Normally it's the best tier 1 global. Let's put it that way. Normally tier 1 gives you double damage. That's just what it does. Here, this gives you double damage, increases the damage of all champions by 100%. For each piece of the Rod of 7 Parts you've collected, stacking multiplicatively. Well, at the moment we don't have any Rod of 7 Parts, so it's 0, and 0 times 100% is 0. But once we get one of the pieces, then we'll have 100%. We'll have double damage. Then we get a second piece. It's instead of double damage, it's going to be quadruple damage, because that's how stacking multiplicatively works. 100% is 2x, and 2x times 2x, 4x. Hey, look at that. That worked. Doesn't necessarily work all the time. It's definitely the good way. When we get 3 stacks, it's going to be 8x, right? It's just going to keep going up. It's fantastic. I love it. I love it a lot. But it's going to take like a year, folks. Look, the storylines for these campaign roll out over the course of like a year. In fact, you can tell it's going to be a while because Turn of Fortune Wheel is where we're at currently, and we're not done with the storyline here. Now, granted, this campaign came out fall winter last year, and we're now at the beginning of summer. Normally, these new campaigns don't drop this early, but Wizards of the Coast changed their book release schedule, and Idle Champions always drops a new campaign with the launch of the that year's campaign book. The thing is this fall winter they're releasing like the new player's handbook, the new Dungeon Master's Guide. Like they're releasing the updated 5e materials as their fall winter release. So we're getting a campaign a little early. But it's going to take a little while for them to get all the way to the end of the storyline. So we're not going to realize the full potential of that global blessing until they do. But for now, once you pick up the first piece, it will be the level of all other globals. Spoiler alert, we're going to pick that up in the next adventure, by beating the next adventure. How we doing? E18, 360. Oof, yeah, we're just like right on the cusp. I don't know. Eventually, we're going to have to take Human out. Gasp. Dare. All right. E369. Nice. That's 3 times as nice. All right, let me see if we got any questions. Because like I said, this we're going to go a little off the beaten path here. If you have questions, if you've been asking questions and you didn't put question : in front of it, then it's not over here. I've only got 3 questions here. Niskus asked, do we have enough pirate skins to build a full pirate party? I don't know. That's a good question. I actually don't know. We did get 2 new ones, and they make me super happy. Diana and Azaka. Okay, yep, see, I knew we were going to slow down a bit. Not too much, around 1,000. Okay, we're doing fine, though. I just got to toggle a bit quicker. If you're not noticing, folks, I am toggling between these different groups. Right now I'm just toggling between group 2 and 3. So I'm toggling between my Karlach push group that's setting my bud, and then I'm toggling into the Goldfind group. So I'm not going to do the speed group anymore because we already sped through all the easy to speed through stuff, and now we need to actually do some damage and earn some gold at the high levels. I'm up into E20 range on my favorite. Nice. We're getting close to soft capping, which is nice. That would not have been a thing, and I feel like in the other campaign. So the gold find does scale a little better. The gold drops do scale a little better here. A little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, I'm going to want a familiar there, too. That's right. That's right. Astarion has a stacking buff with his ultimate, so the longer you're on an area, it stacks up to 5 times multiplicatively. So I like to park a familiar on his ultimate, just to make things easy. All right, there we go. What do we got next up? Rough Rider 1995. What Twitch channel would you like to roleplay a dwarf in a D&D live play? What is this? None of these are on topic, but that's fine. All I've said lately is that I am gonna be potentially playing a dwarf. I hope. We're still in the planning phases. We're getting our group together. To do a TTRP live play like mini series. It won't be like a one shot. And I'm gonna play a dwarf. That's all I can tell you right now. That's all you get at the moment. Until everybody's like, yes, we can talk about this. Hey, we're up to E401 on our bud. What else we got going on? Lurking Rider is somewhat relevant question, the first one. If it's Vecna Eve of Ruin, what happened to Vecna Atom of Ruin? I'm not gonna lie. I had a similar thought. But that's not. I don't think that's how they named this. I don't think that's how they named this. Follow-up question from Lucky Rider. Do you have the Eve of Ruin sourcebook? I do not. I do not. So yeah, I can't get into the rest of that. What is my wild speculation for where we're going next in the story? I have no idea. I can't even wildly speculate because I don't know a whole lot about Vecna's backstory. And plus this is a whole other Vecna that's involved, right? This isn't even Vecna, this is Vecya, because he always wins. Right? That's how it works. Devik asks, how high can we push the Wizards 3 favor, or when do we need to start converting favor? I don't know yet. I mean, that's kind of what we're doing. So here's the other part of starting a new campaign, and just when and this goes for earning favor anywhere. It's not just a new campaign. It's in an event or a time gate. Your first deep run is going to lay down a base of favor for you to work off of. So I'm currently in the E21 range. That's not like you're not near your max yet. Like that's just your base. That's what you're starting with. Then you're going to want to do another favor run. Your second favor run is going to take that base, and it's going to push you a lot further because you're using all that newfound gold find. Because remember, we're sitting on a 0 gold find campaign here. Like, I have 0 favor, so I have no gold find bonuses except what my team provides, which right now is next to nothing. That's why we need to get that's why we're not earning anything at the moment. We need to get this team back in. There, now it's shooting up through the roof again. E22. It's taking a while. So you want to earn your base, then you're going to want to do a second deep run, and that's going to get you a lot more, right? What you need to see is like when you do that second run, how much more does it get you for the progress you made? Because like for me, okay, now I'm soft capped, so I have all the power I'm going to get from favor already on this run. So I should be able to push as deep as I can push with my current champions, just from this. Now, the next run, what it's going to do is it's going to take me potentially to the same wall, but with a larger multiplier of favor. And I need to see how high does that take me? Like, does it take me from the E20s into the E30s? Does it only take me into the high E20s? That's gonna tell me how much more room I have left that I can keep adding to what I've already earned. So if it takes me into the E30s, then I'm gonna want to do another deep favor run at some point because I know I can probably get into the E40s or at least into the high E30s off of that, right? Just from experience. I could be wrong, but if you do a favor run and you only get a couple orders of magnitude, you're pretty much where you're going to get. Like, it's not going to go a whole lot higher at that point. But if you can get 10 or more orders of magnitude, there's more meat left on that bone for you to get in terms of favor gain. So, I mean, I think there's a pretty good... I mean, this is a much better scaling than the last one. I'm already in the E22s. That feels stronger. Last time I got into the high E20s with multiple favor pushes, I think with Penelope now I probably could have broke E30. This is way better. It feels way better. But this is going to have to be one of those situations. You're going to have to push deep. You're going to either dirty gold farm or you're going to Zaka gold farm, or you can do both. How are we doing on Penelope stacks? Penelope, you got to build her up. I've only got 6,600. She can go so many. Her max is 1 EO9, and then it's gonna blow this favor bonus up. But we're kind of capping. Huh? Okay, time to turn Carlock on. There we go. There we go. Let's grab some favor. Yeah, a little slower because we can't just sit doing all the damages. All right, we're gonna grab. We're gonna run a few more ultimates, familiars, and a few more ultimates. See if that's gonna help us. But I think ultimately we're just gonna have to park one on Gaarawarr to really do damage. Gaarawarr's ultimate is her major damage boost. If we just let it sit here, it's going to ramp up because she multiplicatively stacks her damage. So there we go. There's 100. Oh yeah, E437. Sure, I'll take that, and then we'll go find it. We'll see what we can get. That just doesn't even push very far. All right. So yeah, we're with. Oh, I'm using a fast core, not a pushing core. So with a fast core, this is we're getting closer to, I can tell, closer to what my wall would be on this account. I can remove familiars, I can over level my DPS. That'll give her a little extra damage as well. And we'll see where she gets to. Rough Rider. Who's stronger, Dave the Diver or Godzilla? I don't know, but I'm gonna find out on my channel next week. Tuesday, folks. There's a new DLC. We're gonna be playing that on my channel. Lurking Red with another follow-up. Wild speculation on what kind of role the potential Eve of Ruin Evergreen will fill. I can't talk about that because I know who they are. El Jefe, can you explain when to use the favor conversion mechanic? Just in general. I mean, so favor conversion comes off multiple things. Time gates, events, and the trials of Mount Tiamat. Right? You're getting favor conversions off of those. When you're a new player and a conversion is available, I highly recommend just putting it into whatever campaign you're actively working on because you're going to get the benefits of that favor right away. Right? It is a boost to your gold find, which means it's going to help you push deeper. When you get into the mid game, it can still work that way. Or if if you've got a campaign and you're real close to getting the blessings there, but you couldn't push enough to get it or something. I don't know. You might dump it into that, but I still think you're kind of in the mid game. You're still putting it wherever you're actively working. There's a point where you get in the late game though, where you've done favor pushes like I have, and like say my Torm is at E96, my Kellenborg is at E93. I haven't done favor pushes in some of those lower ones, not recently. So you're up pretty much, and you're to the point where you can max out all your champions. The gain isn't getting that much better. It's not really getting better at all. Favor conversions matter, especially with like Turn of Fortune's Wheel and Fortune's Favor. So as you can see, my Fortune's Favor here is E48. But earlier I said I could only get into the high E20s. I converted. I've been dumping every conversion from time gates and events and trials into Fortune's Favor because there's no way for me to push and get favor there anymore. So when you get to the point where that's the thing, where pushing doesn't get you favor in a campaign anymore, you can convert. You have to be careful with this in the current game. In the current game, part of leveling up legendary effects in the Forge is that you spend an order of magnitude of the favor in the campaign that they're linked to. So like this item is linked to Corellon's favor. And if you can't earn this back, you're permanently reducing your favor. Like if you dumped into a campaign and got it way over what you could earn from just a D push, you're going to end up having to spend down and lose all those conversions. So you got to be careful. Like Fortune's Wheel doesn't have any legendary effects attached to it, so I can convert there just fine. I can do that safely. But the other campaigns do. I don't know if this one will. I don't think they've answered that yet. That's actually a good question, is if they're going to have legendary effects. I'm going to write this down. Is a new Vecna campaign. So that next time on Dev Insights. Because that's gonna, that's a big deal. If it's a campaign where you can't earn a lot of favor, sometimes you don't. If it's linked to legendaries, you don't want to over earn. But in all of the main campaigns that are currently linked to legendaries, yeah, I haven't. Oh, I've purposely tried to avoid over leveling my favor there because I need to level up legendary effects. So yeah. So convert, for the most part, you're converting into the campaign you're working on because you're trying to get more blessings there, usually. If you already have full blessings, then dealer's choice. Put it wherever you want. But later on, once you've gotten, once you get a solid base of favor and like Turn of Fortune's Wheel, like I said, I was in the high E20s, but if all you can pull is like low E20s, it's conversion time after that. How are we doing, by the way? E12, yeah, we haven't gone up at all because the gold find in this group is way lower than the other. And until we can spike our bud well above the area base monster health, we won't be able to hot swap. Yeah, killing. Oh, we're kind of killing instantly here. There we go. Let's see. Let's give it a little bit of a farm. There we go. Let's go check where we're at. 1 E23. And what did we need? E21. So I can max out. I think I can max out all of this after this run. I'm just going to see if we can do like one more little grab. I'm going to do like one more little grab, and then we're going to end this run. And we will start the next adventure. Because remember, this is just adventure 1. I just wanted to come into this adventure, and I wanted to do a deep push. I don't necessarily want to push it as far as I can possibly go. I want to save that maybe for my second deep push, because I want this base, this foundation of favor in a new campaign. This applies to all new campaigns. I do this on my new account too. I want this base of favor before I really try to go super hard. And sometimes if I come in and I'm like, wow, that was rough, and then I do the second one and it's not as huge a gain as I want, but I know I need a third to get all the blessings in a campaign, then I'll wait for a while and I'll build up my account power, like by getting more gear and more item levels and more, perks from patrons. I'm doing that right now in Baldur's Gate. Because then I'd really just want to be able to do one more deep push to get all of the blessings, and then I'd move on from there. Because I don't want to spend a ton of time like farming favor over and over and over in a single campaign just to grab the last blessings, right? So keep that in mind. The Bard's Forge, can I get a link to your guides? And you see what 50,000 speed feats to purchase from a new account. It's !gar_guides in chat is the command here on this channel. Gliding Seeker, did you do your time gate yet? On my new account, yes. On this one, I did not. If you wonder why I turned off auto progress, it's because I'm trying to... I want to get Karlach and Astarion maxed. Well-fed is maxed. Okay, Karlach should be maxed as well. Yes. So what's my damage? 461? Really? Is that all I'm going to get? It makes me want to... It makes me want to crawl. It makes me want to crawl. Hold on. We still got Human in here. I forgot we still had Human in here. How do we get rid of Human? That's a good question. Oh, 465. That was good. That'll get us some quick favor. Definitely going to have to build a better, an actual pushing formation. We've been doing this with Human in the formation. But I think we're good. We're going to call this one. All right. Tale of Two Vecnas is done. We maxed out E92 gold. That's fine. That's totally solid. We got E23 favor, so we have a solid base of favor. Highest damage was E473 at some point. It's the tactile champion, Caddy Bree. but highest attack damage champion, Gaarawarr. I think Catti crit. All right, so the next node is going to be right here in the Wizards 3. And if you'll notice now, along with gems and favor, we get a rod part here. So when we get to the adventures that are going to give us a piece of the rod of 7 parts and thus boost that global blessing, it's going to show us here. All right, so before we dive into this, we're going to take a short musical interlude. Toss your questions in chat, folks. We got plenty of time for more questions. We still got another hour left. The song, I mean, what song do you think we're listening to today, folks? This is the OG acoustic version of Lord of Secrets, the Whispered One, the song for Vecna. Enjoy.
At the edge of thought, where screams fade to whispers, where secrets are sought, knowledge crumbles in blisters, where the undying king sees time drifting by. Don't let your mind wander into his eye. What is your truth? What brings your corruption? What will he find that ensures your destruction? God in shackles, he'll break everyone, seeking power till death is undone. He's the Lord of secrets, the whispered one. He will bring about the setting sun, spreading vile darkness for all to know. The shadow of the iron hand only grows. Embrace the law and spurn the light. Walk with him in the darkness of night. You feel his icy touch of death. He will steal your final breath. He's the Lord of secrets, the whispered one. He will bring about the setting sun, spreading vile darkness so hard to know. The shadow of the iron hand only grows. Your open mind, they'll pry it apart. His plot and twine, knowledge to impart. The chain one will unlock your heart to bind your soul, never to depart. He's the Lord of secrets, the whispered one. He will bring about the setting sun, spreading vile darkness so hard to know. The shadow of the iron hand only grows. The shadow of the iron hand only grows.
Hey, we're back. All right. So I want to start this off, but I saved formations last time, and I didn't set one up over here in automation. Oh, maybe I did. It is for speed. Okay. So when we hop in, it's going to do speed. Now, you can set this. I think people didn't know. You can come in here and you can find whatever campaign you want, like Grand Tour, Mert's Grand Tour, Vajra's Grand Tour, Strahd's Grand Tour, Zariel's Grand Tour. Where's Elminster's Grand Tour? Did they put him somewhere else? Oh, no. All the main campaigns. They should have Elminster down here. And then you can even come all the way down here and find all of the champions, right? To see their formations. But we already have it in Vecna Even Ruin. I just want to make sure before I start, because I don't want to have to hit any buttons, because I'm lazy. Oh, look at that carpet. Ooh, that carpet isn't lazy. Wow. That carpet's got a lot going on. Is that carpet, or is it just... I don't even know. All right. And away we go again. You know what? Yeah, no, we're gonna do another deep push. I'm gonna do another deep push. Can I get 10x with... Well, we're close enough to 10x. We're close enough to 10x. It'll be fine. Alright, turn that back to upgrade. Take that off. Oh my god, it's a spider dragon. Folks, I was meant to say this beforehand. Arachnophobia warning. This is adventure needed one. This adventure needed one. All right, let's go over here. We're currently sitting on 370 E23 Wizards 3 favor. Boom, give me that. But notice current count 0, so it's currently giving me nothing. Let's see how much we spend over here. 17s. Yeah, great. We only spent 8 E19, so yeah, that worked perfect. So I am full blessing for tier 1 now. I'm good. This next run, another deep run, is just going to tell me like how much meat is there left on the bone. If we're at E23 and I try to get to the same or roughly area or maybe go further with somebody other than Human tanking, what's going to happen? What can I get to? And we're gonna find that out, I guess, or at least I'm gonna try to find that out. Only other question we got here. Harky asks, for DPS champions like Nahara, is it worth it to specialize their legendaries into like the highest damage bonus for themselves? Well, hold on. Is Nahara just a DPS? DPS speed. Yes. Right? Because they're, I mean, if you care about Nahara, if Nahara is your, because here's the thing, it's reforging, and reforging is a pain. You should really only be doing it once a week, because of the way the cost goes up and comes down. You don't want to pay more than 1,000 scales to reforge until your late game, until your end game, not even late game, until your end game. In my opinion. But if it's a pure DPS champion and they're who you like to use, then reforging, yeah, just to them makes sense. Like for me, like Karlach, well, Karlach is also a tank in a sport, so I'm not going to make it based off what boosts her the most, even though I pretty much just run her Karlach DPS. But if it is a pure DPS, you can specialize just into them. Like that would be the most optimal way, right? Because they're not, you're not usually throwing them into a formation to try to buff other people. There are times where you might need them in a formation, even if they're not the primary DPS, because you're so restricted out, you just need anybody you can get, in which case your legendaries aren't going to help your formation. So if you're fine with that, then sure. But usually when someone's a pure DPS, they don't have any kind of support buffs for other people. There are exceptions to this rule. Like the Dark Urge actually has some all champions damage upgrades. It's not a lot. He's also got in his good spec, right? He's got a resurrect for the whole team, which is neat. So there's uses for him outside of just him doing damage in a formation sometimes, but only usually if you're really restricted. But yeah, if it is pure DPS, you can reforge into that. I would only do that on someone that is your primary DPS, or one of your 2 or 3 primary DPSs, because it can take a long time. Again, you should only be reforging once a week because of the cost issues. And it can take a long time to get all 6 items perfect, because you can't just choose, and the only time you can tell what you're going to get is like the first 6 times, like the first 6 items. You know what you're getting, but it's always you're just getting the next one. You're getting one of off the list, and after that, it's completely random. Dismucky, are you not optimizing your briv jumps? Why would I? Why would I? This isn't a briv gem farm. Why would I care about optimizing my briv jumps? Yeah, I don't care about that for this. So I don't know. So no, I'm not. Yeah, I don't mess with that unless I'm briv gem farming. Any more questions? Oh, here we go from Lurking Rider. Apart from the slight changes in favor gain gold find and enemy health scaling, what do you think Eve of Ruin does to distinguish itself from the gameplay loop that we've had with the previous campaigns? So far, that's just I don't know that there are any. I don't know that there's any. Those are the things. Those are the levers you can, or the knobs, the dials you can adjust. Favor gain, like gold drops. How that gold affects favor and enemy health. Right? We haven't seen enough of this to know if like, is this going to be one of those super onerous, tons and tons of armored enemies things? We've only got 2 adventures. We don't know really yet. Like, we didn't know Baldur's Gate was going to be such a pain until we got 3 or 4 adventure nodes in. So we got to hell. And then they introduced like the riding on the machines mechanic, right? Like, you don't find that stuff. I find that you don't really find that stuff out right away. So I don't think we have enough adventures to know what's this one's kind of neat little thing going to be. I mean, we know we're going to be collecting the Rod of 7 parts, but we don't know anything beyond that, right? Yeah, we do get some hot rod action, apparently. That's about it that we know so far. Harky Twitch, how many item levels are needed for a 2 and a 3 jump briv? I do not know those numbers. Because normally, like, a 2 jump isn't a briv that you necessarily care about getting towards. I mean, it's nice, but it's not really a major improvement over the randomness of the others. Not major. 3 jump is, but that's only been I don't know, only recently have people really started pushing, hey, stop at 3 and this actually works better than the randomness. I can tell you 4 jump golden epic is 3626, but I can't tell you anything other than that. Someone's got that information out there, but I don't have it in my head. And I don't have it in my guides yet. The next time I go through my briv guide to rework it, it'll have that data, but until I do, I don't know that number or have a quick reference for that number. Governor Explosion, should I grind for Rhea, Blushi, or Xeraphon first? Kind of doing every campaign at once based on which challenge works with the team I currently have. That's an interesting way to do it. Normally you do stuff somewhat in order. So I would say Rhea first. Yeah. Because if you jump campaigns, you're kind of making things more difficult for yourself. And if you enjoy that, go for it. But like kind of as I said earlier, you do a little bit of Sword Coast, you grab Dritz, you get the second global blessing for gems, and you bounce out. And then you do Tomb until you get both evergreens. Dragon Heist until you get the evergreen. Baldur's Gate, you're getting multiple things. You're getting Zerial. You're opening Trials of Mount Tiamat, and you're gonna get Rhea. And the most important thing is opening Trials out quickly. Like, just do this storyline in Baldur's Gate because you need to get Trials out open soon and start doing it because it's timed. You can only do a trial once a week, so you want to do it. You want to get that started. I just started that on my new account. And then you would go to Icewind Dale, and again, you're kind of aiming for the evergreens all the way through here. Like, do the main storyline of the adventure, and then grab that evergreen. We don't have evergreens yet for Turn of Fortune. We don't have an evergreen yet for Turn of Fortune's Wheel. So that one you don't even really need to go to currently, honestly. I don't know that the globals are necessarily worth it. Double damage. Just plain epic. Because 100% for each champion of the formation with full epic. Yeah, early on. I mean, you wouldn't want to grab this early because it's about having epic gear. Modron XP is nice, but man, you got to have so much. You have to have so much pushing power to get to tier 3 global here. Because the golds and gold finds. Well, it's not even pushing power. You need a lot of gold find scaling, like in a party. You need to make a really good gold find party. So yeah. Rough Rider 1. Why is Makos the best early game DPS champion? He's not. The damage isn't everything, folks. And I guess this is a good lesson. Damage isn't everything in this game. And I know there's people out there that'll tell you should go for this DPS because they're the highest damage. Damage isn't everything in this game. You don't have to do that. If that's all you care about, you can play the game that way. Play it any you want, but you're going to run into problems. You're going to run into serious problems just trying to focus on damage. Anything exciting happening on the F1 racing circuit? Oh, they're in Monaco this weekend. Watch practice 1 and free practice 1 and free practice 2 yesterday. I mean, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I like seeing. Monaco is always wild because it's a full street circuit. Like, they're 100% driving on roads, and they're not wide. Like, they're like 2-lane roads, and they've got barriers up on the side. And it just makes for a wild race. Had a little rain at the end of free practice 1 yesterday, and I'm really hoping it stays dry for the race day because while rain sometimes can make things somewhat exciting. In Monaco, it can make things very dangerous and deadly, and I don't want that for people. Yeah, looking forward. It's recording today. Please no spoilers in chat. I'm looking forward to see what happens on the track when I watch tonight. Okay, so swapping into my pushing group, letting them get leveled up. And set a high bud value again. 354. Good. Then I'm going to swap into the goal find group. Again, I don't know that this goal find group is the best, but it's what I'm using right now, and I can mess around with it at some point, and it'll be fine. Ultimately, it'll be fine. But it's going to give me a good idea of what I can get, like what my potential is. Oh wow, we're soft capping right now. We're soft capping in the 700s. Yeah, that's what happens when you have a solid base of favor. Okay, especially because I had the gold find group in, so they could earn the favor. They could earn the gold we needed to soft cap. Okay, back to the speed group, and we'll ride out that speed wave. All right, cool. What are we up to favor-wise? We're already up into E. We've already got more favor now than we did last time. And last time we went like 400 more areas. So things are boding well. Things are boding well at the moment. Daryl Dangerous. Are the Vecna variants noteworthy? Let's go take a look at them. Well, I can only tell you what one of them is because I haven't done the second adventure yet. Stench of Death is the first one. 1 to 2 Emperor Vecna cultists spawn with each wave. They don't drop gold nor they count towards quest progress, so whatever. This basically, you're going to earn some emergence event stuff here, and that's about it. But con 16 or higher, it's a big con. That's a big con amount. Usually con is a tanking stat, so you're looking at some of the beefier champions is what it's going to want. Area 450, I don't think that's going to be a problem, especially since my DPS of choice, Carlock, who's probably got con 16 plus. Hold on, let me go see. Carlock, what's your con? Oh, I didn't need to do that. Oh, let's show off the new thing. Carlock, what's your con? 14. Oh, I guess she doesn't have 16. Ooh. Dang it. Well, I will figure it out. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Commodore Crux? Yeah. I may run Commodore Crux DPS. He's got con of 17. So, I don't. I mean, this is the thing when you get to the end game. They're going to run stat requirements up super high. Crux will handle it. Crux will get the... Crux is the GIF that'll get the job done in a GIF. All right. I don't... The other one... Well, I've got it over here. Hold on. The other one is called Mordenkainen's Moment. Mordenkainen joins the formation, so we're down a champion. And we only place champions with magic base attacks next to Mordenkainen. Oh, interesting. Complete area 500. Yeah, it should be okay. It should be okay. But I won't know until I do it, right? Won't know until I do it. The gift that keeps on gifting, yes. Yes. All right. Hadhanorama, is Van Ursen's achievement doable? Yes. I don't even have to read the rest of it. But I'll read the rest. I'm 41 out of 100 currently, and I have put her, Van Ursen is a her, on background teams with a familiar on her ult for about 4 months. What am I missing? Well, you're trying to do it in the background, is what you're missing. In all honesty. I feel like everybody should know this by now. Background tracking for just about anything is kind of the worst. It's kind of the worst. I did that achievement pretty quickly, I think. I mean, you got to hunt some things down. You got to get 100 new favorite foe types. I just went somewhere that had a lot of different favorite foe types. Honestly, I think Mad Wizard works. Mad Wizard's got a decent variety. And then you just got to cycle it. You just got to put them in and cycle it. If you just want to, if you want to tap in passively, or you can actively hunt it down. You can just make sure you're triggering them all. But background is like, it's a simulation. It's an 100% simulation. It's not actually happening. So it doesn't know. It doesn't know what's going on. And if in the simulation you're tagging at certain places, like it's trying to run the crit chance, and did you hit something that wasn't already your favorite foe? Like, it doesn't know what's going on. It's pretty garbage. So don't do it in the background. That's my advice. Ryder, what's the weather forecast in the land of wild offers? Oh, I hid them all. I think we're having a wild offer storm. Are we having a wild offer storm? I don't know. Do I have a wild offer right now? I don't even see a wild offer right now. Oh, it's right here. 1 hour, 21 minutes. All right, yeah. In a wild offer storm, I think there's one going on right now. They never tell us. It just happens. You get a limited time. Like there's a very short, instead of 24 hours, it's a very short window, 2 or 3 hours. And when that window ends, it just gives you a new wild offer right away. So keep an eye out if you're looking for something. This is going to be the biggest churn of chances at stuff you're going to see for a while. Because it's every... Evil Emperor says every 3 hours. Yeah. They call them wild offer storms, but they never tell us. Like, they don't announce, hey, we've got a wild offer storm going on. So, like, feel like they should have. They should just tell you, hey, there's a wild offer storm this weekend or something. Balefire, if the F1 drivers were D&D characters, which characters would they be? Max Verstappen is currently Artemis. Yeah, he's currently the square hole. I feel like, yeah, I think it's almost difficult to do with. It's difficult to do with drivers. I almost want to do it with teams. Like Red Bull is currently the square hole. But yeah, I would say, yeah. But when you get beyond that, I don't know. They're definitely speed champions, right? Well, see, and that's the thing. You would think F1 drivers would be speed champions, but if we're trying to do it based off like relation to them canonically, yeah, Max Verstappen's pretty single-minded. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't know beyond that. I've never really tried to think about that. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Where are we at? Oh, I want to toggle back. Speed. I've been forgetting to toggle the speed team in when I set button. That's my fault. Let's grab codes because I did not do my own code. Folks, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't yet, and then on the weekends you'll get chests like this one, the gold prank chest. I got this from the newsletter. I have it was cool art. It's too bad that's the only time I'm ever going to see it. And check the Discord channel because there's codes in the hashtag combinations channel, like for 2 supply chests like this. Also, do your survey. If you didn't know there's a survey live right now for Idle Champions, then it may have come up and then you were automating and it went away and you never saw it again. So if that happened to you, if you're going, what survey? Down here in the bottom right is a support button. It's the question mark. Click on it, say okay. And when your browser opens a tab at the very top, it says looking for the survey link. And then click on that and fill out the survey and you get 2 supply chests. But more importantly, you help shape the future of the game. There's questions on there about seasons and events, so go give them feedback. Also, yes, the newsletter went out late, so I got mine on my new account, but it may have, check it today if you didn't get it yesterday. Boy, that's Spider Dragon, doing whatever a Spider Dragon does. Yeah, makes us freak out, basically. Looking around, what song we'll be sharing with us at the end of the show today, and what 6 degrees of Van Richten did you have to do to make it relevant to today's topic, since you already played Vecna during the break? So if we're doing like 6 degrees of Vecna, so the first degree is just anybody that's ever met Vecna, right? That's always first degree. So it's a first degree link. It's a first degree link to Vecna. And I'm surprised you have to ask. I actually kind of gave it away at the top of this stream, but maybe you weren't here. Yeah, it's a first degree match. Rough Rider, any big plans for Memorial Day? Maybe buy a discounted mattress. I could use a new mattress, actually. Is Memorial Day Monday? It is. Wow. I didn't even remember, folks. I don't get vacations. I don't do vacations and days off because I'm an independent contractor. Oh, womp womp. Sad. Yeah, no, on Monday, I'll be streaming over on my channel, Twitch TV/Gaarawarr, spelled like it sounds, or you can click on my name there in chat and toss me a follow. We'll be playing, most of the time I'm playing Idle Champions. I'm playing that new account that's currently on day 60. Why are we not removing chunks here? Silly spider drag. But again, Tuesday I'm going to be playing Dave the Diver X Godzilla, the new DLC. So if you enjoyed me playing Dave the Diver, we're playing some more on Tuesday. Since there's multiple Vecna, why not just play the Vecna song again? I mean, I thought about it. I did think about that. Yeah. See, now I'm just gonna hum that song. Spelled like it sounds, but contains duplicate letters. But that's how things work in Sherwook. I guess you just have to know, like, this is a Sherwook name, uh, spelled like it sounds in the Sherwook language. I didn't say in English. I just said spelled like it sounds. So I just, I mean, to be fair. We're out of questions, folks. And we still got about 25 minutes left. Let's see, we're up to 1095 here now. Yeah, we're slowing down a bit now because I didn't even switch into my pushing core last time, folks. I totally forgot. I'll have to do that. I'll have to do that as well on this push. We are all the way to Sophia. We could over level Carlock a bit. Unlock it. Don't forget to get your Gaarawarr's guide code. And are there Vecna here? Not really. I'm behind on this account, but at least I'm getting all my dailies done. At least I'm getting all my dailies done. To not release you had Wookiee ancestry. Yeah, it's right here. See? Wookiee. Dwarf. Wookiee. Gaarawarr works for both, but originally Gaarawarr was a Sherwook name. So, yeah. Headhunter Armor, will you show your patron progress screens? Have you done lots of their variants? I have done 334 Mert. I stopped a long time ago with these folks. 277 Vajra, 268 Strahd, 332 Zerial, and 3 Elminster. But I want to point out, look, I've got through tier 9 of Mert, of Vajra, of Strahd, and of Zerial. They added these other 2 tiers, and honestly, it's like why do I care about like another 50% more gold find? I don't know. I don't know. These perks didn't really. Here's all champion damage when the area has a weather effect. What? Reach tanking champion in the formation. Hey, more gold find. Here's 100% more gold find. Look, double gold find isn't really. At where I'm at, double gold find doesn't really matter. I've got even three variants in Elminster has me through tier 4 and most of tier 5. I could probably go do some more, but yeah, I don't know. They don't really make me want to do them. At some point, I will do the rest of the variants. I will. I'll start with Zerial because I want to buff out my Carlock. But, you know, like I like to have a reason to go do them, and now with Carlock, I have a reason to do the Zerial variants. I have a reason to do all the Xerxes stuff because of Commodore Crux. But the thing is, I've been playing that new account. It's currently a mid-game account on all my streams, and so usually in my free time, I'm throwing up and I'm doing my trials every week, and I'm doing event stuff. So I just haven't bothered with variants in quite a while. What I need to do, what I also haven't done in quite a while on my main account, on this account, is forge runs to be able to level up my legendaries. Because I'm sitting on 473,000 scales, which I did the math. Unfortunately, I did the math yesterday on stream and realized, oh, that's enough scales to take 3 whole champions from full 10s, which I have some that are basically at full 10s, up to level 20. Oh, I didn't realize I was sitting on that much. Or I could take like 27, 26, 27 champions to full fives, which honestly is a huge boost of power. Full fives. That should be kind of be your first target, is getting to all 5, like all level 5 legendaries for your like your pushing team. And so now I got to figure out what I'm going to do in that regard, because I really should be using that power, and I'm not. And I'm not. Lurking, I don't know. So if you're a dwarven Wookiee, I never said that. Does that mean you're an Ewok? Wow. I mean, look, Ewoks are pretty vicious, so I'd be careful. Because if I am, you might be in trouble. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And we also did the math yesterday. I think Lurking Rider did the math, or somebody did the math. Basically, at tier 10, with the maxed out Makos, you basically get enough to take a champion to full 5s every week. Which I was like, that's kind of neat. I wish I'd been doing that all along. I did this thing where everyone is full legendary, but they're level 1s. I mean, there's some that are higher, but I wish there was a way. I just, it was because it was fun and I wanted to. But it definitely, that's not what you should do if you're trying to be efficient, folks, because there's a lot of power just wasted in those, in a sense. And I wish I could refund them all and just start over and get them to level 5s, like just start putting people at level 5s. Because that's just it's a really good, solid base of power. Hawketh, if you're not Neowok, does that mean you're Cousin It from the Addams Family? Cousin It has hair everywhere. I have none up here, so no. No, that doesn't work either. Doesn't work either. I can see why you said that here. Can't ban you here. Wow, yeah, there you go. There you go. If you can do trials? Well, if you've unlocked trials, P. Comans, if you've unlocked trials, you can do trials. I literally, on my new account, I just unlocked trials. Normal, the normal tier, you can solo it. I'm soloing it right now on my other account. I'm gonna do my trials run an hour after this stream ends, roughly an hour after this stream ends, because I gotta go at lunch and eat it. And I'll be doing my trials run on that account, I think. If it's the time's ready yet. Or maybe a little after. Maybe we do one other run first. But yeah, your trials when you start, normal, like tier 1 of trials, super easy. And now I said tier 10. So yeah, obviously you have to get up to tier 10. But that's why I'm talking about, start off your trials, you invest your scales into your trials pushing group, and you invest generally your power into whatever group you're using to push your trials runs. If you focus your investment there first, you can steadily move up the tiers. As you get more and more scales each week, you can steadily move up the tiers, and eventually, like I said, I think you can just get to level 5s on everybody, and you'd be able to do tier 10. I know people that do that every week. And if you then branch out and then you get all your extras up to 5, that are your swaps in those trials runs, you'd have a solid team. And then if you want to push people higher than that at that point, go for it. My initial goal was to get 10s on my trials group, and I'd never even made it because, like, I have full tins on Carlock and BBEG, and I've got some tins on others. But because I got tier 10 trials, the highest level on farm, it's like, yeah. If I was getting to actually unlocking it, which all of this hinges on. Oh, that's straightforward too. You unlock trials just by working your way through the campaign. I'm on my new account. I got there. I only play 5 days a week on that account for 4 to 5 hours a day because I only ever play it on stream, and we made it there in like 55 days of play. So you'll get there pretty straightforwardly. It's a progression through the game. You unlock it just by finishing just the standard basic adventures in Baldur's Gate. You don't have to do any variants or anything. So if you step through, I've got a guide that's my new player reference, and it kind of walks you through a milestone progression through the game. And yeah, I mean, you're making slow progress. Again, I've been playing it live. I've got all the VODs, cut the VODs and snipped them all up into my YouTube channel. My name, Gaarawarr, on YouTube. Although if you just search Gaarawarr on YouTube, you're going to find the CNA Games YouTube channel. You need to go to like youtube.com/Gaarawarr. And I've got all the names of all the things in the way I played through. But so if you have questions or you need help with something, you can maybe look at one of those, or you can come to one of my streams or whatever. But yeah. But yeah, you'll be fine. If you're in Waterdeep right now, you're on your way. You just keep working, slow and steady progress, and you'll get there. And it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But yeah, that's mid game. Mid game is doing trials. So up until you unlock that, I feel like you're still mostly early game. You might get a foot into the mid game with some, like, as you unlock some patrons, if you do one or two of those. I don't stop and do a lot of patron stuff, which helps with progression speed. I mean, I get efficient patron progress, and then I stop. But now that I'm in Baldur's Gate, now that I've unlocked trials, we're doing the 6 efficient patron variants that you should do in Avernus, with the goal of then doing a mini patron grind of just doing those 6 variants for each patron. That's where I'm at in my progress right now, while I'm starting trials. All right, I need to switch this. I'm going to switch this over. Okay, so I'm going to swap this core out to the Briv Gem Farm core, and I'm going to switch it to the Strong core. I'm going to load in my Carlock and load Supercharged Strong core. I'm going to see how that helps our damage. Turn off progress here. And we'll take these familiars off. I'm going to make sure 5 of 5. Okay, I'm at 100 range. Nope, almost. I want to see what our pushing power is from here. And then I also want to swap in a tank instead of Human, which I think would probably help. That might help. We're going to do Ayla. Hell yeah, we are. Hell yeah. I feel like Ayla and Carlock would get along real well. Come on, Carlock. I guess I can just click and we can clear this off there. Boom. Oh, dang it. Right. Let's move this over here. Save push group with that. And let's see what we do now. See how we do now. You want to kind of push. This is how you want to adjust your formation. I wasn't trying to adjust it early to optimize it. I wait until I get where I'm going. I get to a wall. See if I can complete stuff. If I can, then I'm good. I don't have to change it. I don't have to worry about being hyper optimal. But when I'm doing a deep run, like a super deep run, then I want to be hyper optimal. I absolutely do. So I want to make those adjustments and tweaks, and I want to test stuff when I'm at my wall and not later. So one thing I'm going to want to test at some point here is swapping Krolin for someone. Maybe Lae'zel. Maybe Lae'zel. All right. Safusia, what would you say comes after the mini patron variant push in Avernus? Okay, so what I've done, so here's where my progress is. I unlocked all the evergreens through I got Dritzed in Sword Coast, and I got the second gem blessing. We've gotten some more stuff there. I've now pushed through Barovia so I can unlock Strahd. I have patrons Mert, Vajra, and Strahd available. I unlocked both evergreens in Tomb. I unlocked the evergreen in Waterdeep. All I've done is the base storyline in Baldur's Gate, and thus unlocked trials and qualified for Zariel, but I don't have enough champions for Zariel yet. I'm like 7 away. So I'm doing my trials run, my first trials run now. We're only a few days into that. And so I'm doing these variants. So I'm going to do these 6, and then I'm going to do each of those 6 for each of the 3 patrons I have active right now. That's going to max me out tier 5 of all those patrons' perks and get me a ton of currency, so I don't have to touch patrons again for a long time. After that, I'm going to continue doing variants in Baldur's Gate to be able to unlock Rhea, because I still need Rhea. I haven't done that yet. But more important is getting this patron stuff, because all of that's going to give me a lot of power that's going to make unlocking Rhea a breeze. Once I unlock Rhea, I move to Icewind Dale, storyline, then work on Xeraphon, right? Like, so I'll go back to continuing, and along the way I'll be doing my trials every week. We'll stop for event, we'll pause. Progress gets semi-paused for events. Currently, I can complete tier 1 and tier 2 of events pretty easily. I probably could have completed an adventure in tier 3 last time, but the time it would have taken and the resources in terms of like speed potions just to do it, because I don't like doing stuff slow, because I'm always playing actively when I'm doing that account. They weren't, in my opinion, it wasn't worth it for 1 gold chest. And I couldn't have done all 3 variants. I couldn't have finished the tier in tier 3, so it just wasn't worth it for me to spend the time on. So I got tier 2 for everyone that I unlocked. So I'm just going to keep working on that. I think I've got a time gate coming up. I did the natural time gate. I've got a manual time gate. I'm about ready that I think the pieces hopefully dropped overnight. So that's on the to-do list. It's kind of that continuing normal progression. It's just this is the point where I stop and do patron stuff. Up until now, I'd only done 3 to 5 patron variants total. But I was buying my time gate piece in my Modron chest each week. And I was doing that because when I'm pushing in my active group, my background party has 2 familiars that I sacrifice to background automation, with one on the field and one on a champion. Get it in a patron free play, doing challenges, like getting generic challenge stuff done and getting me free play patron currency, as well as getting me gems in the background. And then overnight, because I don't do content overnight I switch to whatever the group of requirement is, or the specific champion requirement is in a patron thing, to get those done overnight. By doing those champions passively, by doing those patron challenges passively, like either in the background or overnight, I'm getting 9,000 to 10,000 patron currency a week, which is enough for me to buy my time gate piece and my Modron chest and save up, and maybe buy a speed potion every now and then, right? Or a patron chest every now and then if I want it, without having to actively grind out any patron stuff. So this is just the mini grind that's going to get me a ton of currency. The influence is really what I want, because I want that extra power. And then I'll do a little mini patron grind again. There's a couple of those efficient patron variants in Icewind Dale. And as we go through the campaigns from that on, I'll do them. But I'm not patron grinding at all, other than these little mini grinds on efficient patron variants. And I have a list of what I consider efficient patron variants in my Patrons 101 guide. All right, we're up to E28 favor, But I haven't done a swap to a gold find group in a little bit. Because we haven't really... We need a good spike. Oh, we had a 495 spike. I need one of those spikes again. And then potentially we can check out how much gold we're at as we're running out of time here. As we're running out of time. Let's see what happens. We're 75. I want to see like a 495 spike again. 480 is the area-based monster health, so anything into the 485 range would be fine. But if we get a really solid spike, we could push and grab a bunch of favor. See if we could race this over E30. Remember, we started at E23. If I can get into the E30s, then I know there's still a lot of solid meat left. Like favor left to earn. Favor, no, meat left on the bone. More favor left to earn. Looking right, which of the locations hinted out on the Eva Ruin map are you, one, least familiar with? Kryn and Earth. Those two. Well, Kryn, Earth, Pandemonium. Honestly, yeah, I know a bit of... obviously, Forgotten Realms, I know. Avernus, I've got a good deal of information. Of Barovia, I got some knowledge of. The rest, not so much. I probably know more about the astral plane than I know about any of these others. So, there you go. What am I most interested to learn about? I don't know. Because I don't know what's there. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. Yeah. I'm like, which one am I interested to see how they portray differently? I don't even know because I don't know. Are they gonna portray them differently? I don't know. That's making lots of assumptions, and I don't have that information. So, man, why are we not getting any spikes at all? I did put the core in, right? Okay. One time I put the core in, and I was like, why did my damage go down? And then I went and looked, and I hadn't actually hit the load in the supercharge button. That was my bad. It's my bad. I think we're having an issue here with... Well, I don't know. I don't know what we're having an issue with, to be honest. I don't know why we're having an issue at all. Yeah, let's just soak up some favor. Or some gold. There's E29. It's racing pretty quickly. All right. Yeah, I think I could continue this and get E30, and then that would probably be fine. Let's just keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. I will let it AFK there after the stream is over. Kryn has dragons. I mean, most places have dragons. I don't. I don't know. Oh, that's a good thing to comment. I saw a picture last night of the revamped with the new books materials that are coming out later this year. They're revamping art, like what the canonical look of certain things are, and I saw the new gold dragon, and it's gorgeous. I love it so much. I love it so much. Go look that up, folks. You're excited for Barovia? You want to see Astarion versus Strahd? I mean, that could be interesting. Because Astarion is one of the chatty champions, so there's probably a conversation going to be had there, right? So yeah, I think this is pretty good. I think I don't have an issue. Like, I didn't super optimize my gold find here. But we got E23. We're able to soft cap easily, which was not always easy in Turn of Fortune's Wheel. I'm probably going to hit E30 favor on this first round. I'd say it's a little better than... I'm not even pushing to like 2,000. I can technically... I've got a group that can do that. I might do that. Off stream. I guess I could build that group up. We don't have time. We're running out of time. But yeah. I think this is fine. I think this is not the most optimal pushing group that I have, but but it worked just fine to grab me some favor. I met my goals, which is complete these adventures and get myself enough favor to just easily breeze through their variants, hopefully. So I'm happy with this. But then that's really all you got to look for when a new adventure starts. Like, if you have the power to grab all all the blessings, do it. And then you're good, and then just do the variants, and then until another tier of blessings comes in, there's no reason to try to grind more favor. Just move on. So that's going to be it. This is the last stream on this channel for the weekend. Streams should return on Tuesdays. That's usually when they return here on the CNA Games channel. But you can come hang out with me over my channel in about an hour-ish. I got to go get a burrito and some churros first. That's what I do on Saturday. We'll be playing again. I'm working on my efficient patron variants in Avernus. We'll be doing a trials run today for sure at some point. And if my time gate piece is dropped, I'll do a manual time gate. But come on over, hang out, see the difference between a late game account and what is now a mid game account. And that's fun. But I stream over there like 5 days a week. So we have a lot of fun. Come hang out. Thank you to all of you for joining us and asking questions. Thank you to Gabe for grabbing all the questions. I am out. The song we're going out on is 1 Degree of Separation from Vecna. This is the legend of Sergeant Knox, because Sergeant Knox is one of the featured champions in this run. So obviously has met Vecna before, because or at least he's going to meet a Vecna here. We're there. We got it. All right. See you. Have a great weekend, folks.
Here we go. He was born with an axe in hand, standing ready to defend the land. Went from cradle to the wall to see the foes of Neverwinter fall. When Valendra unleashed a scourge, he was there to perform the purge. From the bridges, gates, cliffs, and docks comes the legend known as Sergeant Knox. This former mercenary always retakes the city, unites us all with his rolling call. He's gonna knock you out, leave you seeing stars, gonna break your lies, leave you lasting scars. He's gonna knock you out, call the thunder down, gonna bring her, driving death out of town. When the blessed of Saluda come, his answer echoed off the marble halls. If you're looking for a helping hand, keep an eye out for this giant man. Celeste will do the healing with Mako's damage dealing, and in the front on Knox is holding the line. He's gonna knock you out, leave you seeing stars, gonna break your lies, leave you lasting scars. He's gonna knock you out, call the thunder down, gonna bring the hurt, driving death out of town. Solo over this.